All right, let's jump into today's story. This lady, she's 35 years old. Her boyfriend is 36 years old. 1 year difference, not that much. But she's sad about finding out that her boyfriend once slept with his stepsister. Let's jump into this one. Hi, I'm so lost. I'm not sure if I'm overreacting or not. I've been with my boyfriend for over 5 years. And I just found out that he slept with his stepsister many years ago. Don't get the perspective. It's wrong in any way. In any way you want to think about it. Have you ever heard about the perspective where somebody is trying to bring out the concept of saying that, oh no, it's not my sister, she's just my stepsister? All right, let's go. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We are all on a family trip together, or we were. I think that's what she was supposed to say. We're all on a family trip. We are all on a family trip together right now. His mom, his dad, his stepbrother, his stepsister, and a bunch of other relatives. And this is the second time I am meeting his stepsister. He was absolutely wasted last night, and I was telling him how much I like his stepsister. He continued by telling me I should dress like her, which I thought was a little strange. Then I said, in quotes, it sounds like you have a thing for your sister. And he came out and told me over 15 years ago. So 15 years ago, it means, like I said, he is 36 years old. It means when he was 21 years old. You cannot even, he knew exactly what I was doing. Over 15 years ago, him and her slept together many times. Apparently, now, in all honesty, apparently this is a thing that's happening in today's society much more than we think it's actually happening. Now, first of all, how does the whole stepsister game come in? We all know maybe it might be a situation where the man, maybe he loses his wife but is no longer married to the first wife, has divorced, now has another woman. This woman already had kids, or probably it can also be the kids from this particular father, and it comes in and it's worse. First of all, I'll say it's worse. It's 100% incest when it is actually your dad or your mom's child. But now, one of the reasons why I think somebody will come up with the perspective, or have a video I watched before where the guy's response to something similar like this was based on the fact that they are not related. The argument from the girl's side was, no, he is your stepsister based on the fact that your dad has married her mom. But now his argument was, we are not related, so it's not actually incest. Though genetically and, let me not say statistically, what was the word? Technically, that might be right, but at the end of the day, it's still your stepsister based on the fact that he is now a stepdaughter or a daughter to your father or your mother, or whatever situation it is in this case. But anyway, like it says in this situation, this guy in his drunk state has revealed like he slept with his stepsister 15 years ago many times, not once. There was not a mistake. So the way he kept mentioning it last night, almost as if he was proud of what he did. And it was a bit repulsive to me. Apparently, no one knows in his family, only his best friend knows about what happened. Now, I honestly can barely look at him, feel so beyond disgusted, and I'm second guessing our entire relationship. We have 3 more days on this family vacation, and I want to book an earlier flight and go home. I am also an only child, so not sure how abnormal any of this is, but I feel shallow for judging him this negatively about the situation. I would love some insight from others. I'm so torn and feel like the trip has been ruined. I think number one, this has to be brought up in a conversation where the conversation has to be where everybody is in their sound mind. Number one, this guy was wasted. He was freakingly wasted. So you have to have a conversation about this thing while he's no longer wasted. And so that we see about that goes. And I think that's the first step. That's the first step to go towards this direction. And then from there now we can know exactly what to do or what not to do. Let's jump into what these guys have to say. Bullet Sponge says, well, if you dump him now, at least he can get a quick rebound. What's that? Is that like, so the most relevant comment is needed to bring some life into this situation? All right, Cosmo says, yikes, you're not overreacting. Even if it hadn't been his stepsister, asking you to dress like someone he used to have sex with and reminiscing about the past in this way is extremely insulting. This certainly disqualifies a relation. This certainly qualifies as a relationship ending situation. I suggest you have a serious discussion with him about your concerns. But with respect to what Osmo said, I think the first and most important part is the aspect like how he or she ends it by saying you should have a conversation with him. Because number one, we get it from the story. This guy was drunk. No, we do know. One can see in the drunk states, pay more attention to them because as much as possible, that's when most of the trip comes out. Like in this situation, you'll be with this guy for 5 years, but you had never heard of this story. But now he's freakingly wasted and he's in a scene with the person who he was doing this act with, and he has put out this particular trip. So yes, I think step number one has that to be taken here is a conversation. A conversation has to be had. Agonist. Agonist says you're underreacting. Dump him and go home. But anyway, all right, let's do one more comment, and we can call it a wrap, or we can wrap it up. It's very weird. And also, now you're expected to hang around his sister when he clearly sounds like he still wants to F her. How can you even trust him to hang around his own family? I'd want to vomit every time there's a family get together. Just dump him. First of all, first thing I would say is like at the end of the day, what are the lessons that we're bringing out of this story? Now, whether your stepsister is from your father's side or your mother's side, someone who you're not related to by blood, the fact that your dad or your mom is married to that person's dad or mom, you're eventually family. You have no business having any sexual relationship with somebody in that category. Worst of all, in this situation where I think they've had it several times and they're saying it from people and they're literally highlighting it as if you're proud of it and you miss it and you literally try to have a whole girlfriend dressed like her. This was a bad one. This really was a bad one. But at the end of the day, the first step to be always be taken is a conversation as much as possible. That's the priority of any relationship. A good conversation from this, I don't see how an individual is going to bounce back from this, apart from the fact that you try to be highlighting and say that, oh no, I was drunk, I was wasted. He might literally even downplay it. But I don't think there's any downplaying of it right now because she already has her facts clear. She knows from even the best friend that, okay, this is something that actually happened. So in a situation like this, yeah, it's a bit of a pickle, my dear. But anyway, what do you guys have? Leave your comments and like, share, and subscribe. All right, big up. See you next time.